Welcome to Shade and the City. I'm your girl Treese.
It snows.
And y'all, we are here to get into part two, okay, of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. This is season 9, episode 19. And I will say that the girls were giving, okay, of part two,
I
okay? And
need to say something.
what?
I want to retract my statement about Ashley's dress
Oh, okay.
because now I've seen it up close and personal. Okay. It was not giving gray. It was not giving,
I did notice that. I did
it was,
notice that this
it was
episode.
not giving what I
It
thought it
wasn't.
was.
That's why I said when I saw it in person. I'm not in person, but when I saw it when they on the show, it didn't look as bad as that picture.
I thought it was cute. I
I
thought when I seen it up close, I was like, oh, look, and you know I love a sparkly dress. I was like, oh, ain't it sparkly? I said, this is not what I thought it was. Yes, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. She's up there with Wendy's dress.
right. And yeah, shout out to one of our subs, Summer. Thank you for dropping in the comments and weighing in on what your thoughts of the reunion looks. We appreciate it. So yeah, it's a lot. They got into Mia's behind, and so yeah, why don't we just go ahead and get into it and let's get shady. Mm, mm. Oh yeah, and y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe for us, please. We appreciate
Yes,
it. Yeah, we
yes.
got off topic talking about dresses. All right, y'all. So as we know, we left off last episode. Mia claimed she was going somewhere, leaving. She stomping out because she mad because the girls are holding her to task. So Andy goes to check on her and basically tells her that you got to stop beating yourself up. You're in a shame spiral right now, okay? And get over it because we signed your paycheck. So get back up on the stage, okay? And let's finish this reunion. So, basically, she says that, I wouldn't be this upset if I wasn't going through the final weeks of my divorce. And, yeah, I was like, but is that true? But we'll get into that. So then we
Nope.
see Greg backstage. He all upset and disgruntled because he been there since 1 o'clock and he feel like it's 4 o'clock now. So basically he been waiting for 3 hours. And I can understand how that's frustrating, especially when you are not the main person on the show. However, you were supposed to be here for support, my brother, and clearly you are not good with that. So yeah. And so then we get into Andy asking Giselle about her being an empty nester and how she's dealing with it. And she admits that she was sad after she dropped the twins off. But she said she was sad for like maybe 28 hours, not even a whole day and a half, just a day. Okay. And she got over it. Okay. She was probably she was probably walking around naked before. That's what something y'all do when y'all have girls. I don't be understanding that, but uh, I'm sorry, that was a sidebar. Because I don't get to do that. When you're a boy mom, you don't get to do
I was
that.
about to say, you sounded a little mad,
I
Trish.
am a little bit. So she said that the twins have done very well in their first semester. They both have 4.0s. He asked her about her relationship with Jamal, and basically she said that they're good. And so then he reads one of the viewers' questions, and they're like, "Oh, so do you know why Jamal and his new wife, were dressed up like they were in Wicked for the wedding?" You know what I'm
This was
saying?
like what they walked down the aisle in?
Did you see the picture?
No.
You should go Google it. But it was given a little. I will say, I'm not gonna call him alpha, but
I thought he was supposed to be alpha, but that's what they said.
yeah. But did she kind of look like Glenda? Is it was she supposed to be Glenda? She did kind of look like Glenda.
Because of the pink dress.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I see why they said that, but no, I was thinking like green face.
Oh, no, 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 no.
I was like,
Um, no, it wasn't that bad. So Giselle says that basically she thought it was a joke, but it wasn't funny. She said her girls were horrified, and that, and then Andy asked about, kind of the relationship. And she says that there is none, basically with their new stepmother. But I feel like at this point, and I feel like I don't know how true that is. But obviously at this point, because they're grown, it's up to their father to kind of
mhm.
do that. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw the other day, I don't know if it was an advertisement for his church or what he had going on, but he had one of the twins, I don't know which one, but he had one of the twins, probably the one that's down there in Atlanta with him. Um, and the new wife in the commercial, or the ad for the church. So in my mind, I was like, well, I mean, unless her daddy was like, please, please do it. I was like, they weren't like buddy buddy, but they didn't seem like it was an issue. And like I said, I think we also have to remember, when your parents get married when you're older and you're not even living in their house for real, this is no shade to nobody. You feel how you feel
I'm
about
like, do what you do.
step parent, right? But literally the way I look at it is, that's my father's wife. That's my mother's husband. Like, that's
Mm,
not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm grown at this point. So
mhm.
unless we just make some special bond, I don't really feel like, as long as you're respectful, I don't really feel like it needs to be like a overwhelming. They got a mama and they got a daddy.
Mhm.
So then Andy asked what's going on with Namza. Is that how you said Namza? And
Mhm.
she said that they're still going strong. She also mentions that him and Josh are actually really good friends. Ashley says that she's still dating Josh, but they've taken a step back. Basically, you have no titles, or labels, as she said. And she just thinks that they started off too quickly. But they still do see each other. So Giselle says Namza says that he is head over heels, apparently. So clearly we know it's not Josh, it's Ashley probably wanting to play the field and get her little, which as she should, because she's officially divorced. Okay. So then yeah, Ashley says that Josh was offended when Wendy said dating him was a lateral move from Michael. And Wendy said that okay, he'll be okay.
I
He'll
said,
be okay.
"Oh, Wendy."
So Ashley tries to check her. I said, "Oh, who is this new divorce, new Ashley?"
Mm.
Okay. But Wendy reminds her of the things that she said about Eddie in the past. And I said, you better, you better pull them receipts. And she brings up that Ashley had brought this whole rumor from this blog to the show. And Andy was like, but I thought Giselle did that. And Giselle admits that I ain't do it. But
She
I
said
just
she
took
just
the
took the
fall
heat
for it
for
because
it.
because I ain't like you. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter to me. Either way, I ain't like you. I said
Is
that's
that
some
what she
true.
said?
No, but that's some true. She
It is. It is.
that
That's
she
what I was
did.
like. I was like, is that what she said?
No,
Look, cause really, who gonna check me, boo?
right. I could, when I tell you I could, in that moment, I was like, that was so be Chanel. That
Like, no,
was
I
so
ain't
be
saying,
her.
but yeah, I took the heat because
But
what you gonna do about it?
then at the same time, I couldn't even give Nels that because for real, if we gonna lie to do we die? So if we told that lie 10 years ago, she gonna stand on it. So I can't even, my girl wouldn't
I
even
might
fold
still
on me
be
like
like,
that.
yeah, I did it. I said
Right, right.
it.
So Wendy and Ashley then, they have this back and forth. Ashley questions whether Eddie is still practicing law. Which I was like, where did that come from? Wendy tells her that basically
Thomas
she's
shot.
miserable. Right. And so Wendy tells her that basically she's miserable, and at least she still got her husband. And I said, checkmate, bitch.
Yeah, we both.
Mm-hmm.
So then they move on to Stacy and Kay, and he asked Kay, what's the status of her and Greg's relationship? She said they still together. They went looking at rings just the week before. She said that they're
Did
separated.
anybody question why, why are we wasting each other's time? Why?
She said that they are separated, and she's in the process of purchasing a condo, and said she'll probably move back after she get the ring. She's also she also wanted to address the fact that he doesn't like being filmed. She said that she's sure a lot of the other husbands don't like it either. They also feel like it's invasive, and also said last year was a lot, and she's still hanging around the same group of women that this situation happened in, and he just doesn't see it as a positive space. I knew I this is why I take a breath. What you want to say?
So here's my thing. We just gonna break this down. I need to go look up Kiana's birthday. But we just gonna break this down. So you went shopping for rings last week, but you moved out the house. I'm just, math got a math to me, and I ain't even a big math person. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she moved out the house before they went shopping for rings.
Oh, okay. But you moved out the house. But you moved out the house for a reason.
They couldn't get along together.
So a ring changes that? Didn't we just have a moment on Family or Fiance? If you are not okay with how things are right now and them staying the same, then you probably shouldn't get married. Did we not just hear that?
But I think we also even said with this Kiana situation, if it's not going to work with y'all living together, what's the point of you getting married? I don't know if she's
So the reason why I brought it up is what bothers me is, so basically he's living in his home. So basically, I mean, yeah, y'all boyfriend, girlfriend, but y'all went, like, you're moving backwards, but you are trying to move forwards. So basically you're back to being in your own spaces, in your own place. And then if it didn't work out, you trying to live together before, what makes you think that getting a ring is somehow going to magically make y'all be able to live? What I'm saying is, I feel like she's prolonging the inevitable, because they've already seen that they can't really live together.
I don't
Not
see
to mention that man, this is my opinion, I'm sorry, this man is selfish. I really would like to know why his first wife divorced him. And I really don't think that he learned anything. And she even told us this season that she dated him a month after he had gotten divorced. So I don't think he did any work on himself. I don't think he was healed.
That's what I was going to say. I don't see anything wrong with moving backward to move forward if you're going to do something different.
Right.
Like, get couples therapy, get your own individual therapy, what have you, and then see how it works being together. But I don't believe she said that they've done any of that. I think that they just, and to be honest with you, he doesn't give me the type that
because he's a counselor. How would you? He gives me the vibe that I'm a counselor. How can anyone counsel me?
I know plenty of counselors that get counseled.
I agree with you. I know a lot of therapists that get therapy.
That, like, I feel like that makes perfect sense.
But he just gives me, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, he just comes off very selfish, and it just makes me wonder why his first wife is no longer there. And I don't, in my opinion, I think that probably had a lot to do with it. And I don't think he learned anything, and he just carried on with Kiana, and it's her problem now. And hopefully she'll wake up and realize it. But I don't know.
It's her problem now.
Right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So then Andy asked Stacey about her former significant other, TJ.
Right. Former.
Who people believed loved the camera. And everybody's like, what? Former? And she did confirm that they are no longer together. And Kay said, were they ever? I said, okay. Stacey said that it was a lot of pressure. She also noticed some things that were shocking, while she was watching the playback. She said it was hard to see the way that he spoke to her, and see the way that her family how they reacted to it. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it wasn't about Stacey. It's back to Kiana. I'm sorry. Y'all know I love Kiana. But and when I see a good girl, just not, it's just bothersome to me. And another thing that bothers me, just because you said that read, and it just reminded me, this girl really wants to be on the show. And she's actually not bad on the show. And you can tell, I feel like if she marries him, she's gonna have to leave this show.
Who are you talking about? Kiana or
Kiana.
Stacey? Oh, okay, Kiana.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go back to Stacey. My bad. I told you. I ain't really got nothing to say about Stacey. Y'all know.
She said it was hurtful for people to say that she was paying him to be on the show. Then she addressed Wendy and told her that it was hurtful for her to say that he's more interested in the trainer than her. Who was the trainer? I don't remember.
When they went to the gym, it was like when we first episode. It was literally like
What
episode
does
one
the
or
trainer
two.
look like?
He don't look like Stacey.
Oh, it's a he. The trainer's a he. Oh, okay. That was okay. All right. So Wendy apologized. She said, you know what? I 100% received that. And I 1000% apologize. Okay. Stacey said,
I thought that was big of Wendy.
it was, but she said, as my friend,
Mm-hmm.
I'll apologize to you. Okay. I caught that, Wendy Osefo. Okay.
And you know what's funny?
Basically Ashley being my friend, Vicky.
I saw a clip of her on the NAACP red carpet this weekend, and she said that even despite everything that we know that she revealed about TJ and Stacey, they're still good friends. And I said, well,
Stacey said she's concentrating on herself because she is divorced.
divorce.
Okay. Stacey said that she does 1 week on and 1 week off with Arabella. And when she's not there, she's pretty bored. Wendy told her to call Giselle. I said, "What do you?"
I didn't catch that shade. That's funny. I didn't hear that one.
Andy asked Stacey if she's still best friends with TJ, and she said yes. So Wendy was like, "Okay, so what's changed?" Because y'all were best
No,
friends.
y'all were best friends before.
Stacey says that they've had some intimate moments. They just never had sex. I guess that's what makes the difference. So one of
Yeah.
the fans asked Stacey if she was with TJ for a storyline, and to boost his career because it was giving Kenya Walter situation.
I said, not y'all. Why poor Kenya got to catch a stray?
That's right. And she basically just said everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Okay. Okay,
But if the
girl.
opinion was right.
Okay, girl.
So then they get into the fashion faux pas of the season. Okay. They talk about the dress that Stacey wore that Ashley had worn months before. And Andy asked if Vivian was being shady by doing so. And Stacey thinks that she was. And Wendy says that, yeah, Stacey said F that. So Stacey said that,
Karen said, girl, you talk
you
like
speak like that.
that.
And so Stacey says that, I chose to elevate Vivian. And, by bringing her on this and letting her be
You
the
do a really good
premier,
Stacey.
thank you. And for being the premier designer for, what is it, Strags versus Strays, or what, Stretch for Strays.
Strags versus strays.
Stragglers and Strays. I don't know.
Strags for strays.
But anyway, and so basically she said, and all the ladies are laughing as we are. And so, Stacey said, Vivian is dead to me. Okay. And she feels like that set her up. All right. So Andy moves on to ask if the ladies,
You
were
think it was on purpose?
no. And as we know, Vivian responded to her and basically said, no, you're lying. I showed you a picture of Ashley in this dress and you insisted on wearing this dress and then return all my clothes back funky.
Wow.
Okay. So anyway,
it's giving Stacey is becoming not the most credible here on this.
maybe that's why she had such a good friendship or with Mia or bond with Mia. So Andy moves on, and asked them like, "Oh, so you think the ladies were too hard on you?" And Stacey says that, yes, they talked about the way I dress, they talked about my edges, and they talked about my wigs, and I was boring. And she was like, I was basically getting hazed. And Giselle says, "You're welcome. You're welcome."
And Ashley said, "Didn't you dish it?"
Right.
Because we saw
And
clips where Stacey was talking to.
right, and so then they go into Ashley's bunions, which we all know that's a thing, and Ashley lets them know. And then what? Even one of the viewers brings it up and said, "Ashley, why you ain't got that taken care of yet?" What we have all been wondering. She said, "It is genetic. She has been dealing with this since she was 10, and clearly is gonna still deal with it." And I mean, no shade. I've never had bunions. I don't know. But in my opinion, I think it would be more painful to have them. But I have heard that that surgery is not a joke. Like
Mhm.
you're down
Yeah, I
for
had a cousin that had to have it.
really.
Mhm.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Is it a being down from that's like I guess when people like get knee surgery, right? Like, do you live through the pain of your knee being up, or do you get the surgery so you can get some relief at some point, even though you're gonna be down for a bit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, so I mean, and I guess Josh don't care if she got ugly feet. So one of the viewers commented that Ashley's boobs are always on display and asked if she owns a full t-shirt. And I ain't gonna hold you. I feel away. Cause come a good spring, summer, fall. Okay. Nels can tell you the belly be out.
Well,
Okay.
the belly, but I mean, they was talking about her titties, and I loved her response. She was like, and they'll continue to be.
Right, right. And cause she bought them.
Bitch, exactly, because I paid for them.
Right. Why look, why would I buy them and not show them to you? Okay. So then the viewers call out Mia for, while we saw her with Gordon, she was wearing blazers. And now now every time we see her with ink, she's in Fashion Nova. Mia lets us know that her change in look has nothing to do with a man, and everything to do with the fact that she was working in corporate. And now she's not, and she's getting paid by Fashion Nova. So yeah, make your coin, all right. And
Period.
so then Andy brings up how shady it was for Giselle to go buy the dress that Stacey wanted no one to wear. Wendy chimes in and says she's so petty, she actually ended up giving it to Wendy. And I said, that's just like a Virgo for you.
We not the petty, you the petty.
But that was some petty. You ain't even
Yes,
want it.
Giselle was petty. She ain't even want it. She just wanted to piss her off.
And so Stacey asked Giselle if she donated to her charity, and Giselle said, "Yeah, I did it while I was sitting right there, while the dogs was shitting. I absolutely
She
did."
said as the shit was shitting.
Right. Andy asks who wears blonde the best, and then Stacy tries to give Giselle her things, and JC said Giselle's like, I appreciate that, but nah, Karen got that. Karen got that, and then so
And she
Mia got
did.
to, and then Mia got to chime in. Well, it's only when it's on all the way, and I said, you had one line this whole episode. I'm gonna give it to
And
you.
even when yours is all the way on, it doesn't suit you, boo.
Well, there we have it. There we have it. So Andy tells Mia no more, 613. Giselle calls out Stacy and says that they've never seen her neck or ears, and want to make sure she's not an alien. This was kind of stupid. And
Yeah,
so then
I
we
completely left that
right,
off.
and then we see Stacy showing her ears. But did I forget about the part that was the funniest is when Andy texts
Oh, the
Wendy to
Michelin.
tell her how
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
she
yeah.
looked in that blue outfit, and she absolutely did.
Mhm.
Y'all know I love me some Wendy Down, but I couldn't even co-sign it. I was like, girl, you look crazy. I
It'd be
just think
funny if
I ain't say nothing.
somebody else copied it though.
Hey, all right.
All right, so then
I don't even know why Jacqueline was on this stage for real.
they introduce her to the stage, and of course, they address her belly. And she lets everybody know that she will be having her baby in May. Ashley reminds her that they're on the set of Panama.
Confetti.
They're on the set of Panama where they had their beautiful moment and said, it could be her baby. Well, she said the father has never graced the screens. So everybody was surprised that it was not PP's baby.
I ain't gonna hold you, Jacqueline. If they didn't bring you out if that was the only reason they brought you out, because
Was to
look,
spill that tea?
Jacqueline, if you watching, just say that. Just say that.
You so silly.
I already asked you that. If you just say that.
Then he got into Mia's love triangle, and Mia got emotional watching the playback. And he gets into Mia and Ink's breakup. She said it was a lot. And the moment she
Or
thought
lack thereof, apparently.
And she said in the moment, she thought that, they were doing the right thing, but watching it back, she realized she was doing it all wrong. And, she really worked hard for
No
everything she
shit.
had. Exactly. So the ladies asked her for, I'm sorry, the ladies were asked for their impression of Ink besides his height. And Wendy said he's kind and respectful. Okay.
I can appreciate Wendy for trying to go up for him.
Hmm. But she said, when you come on this show and you're an outsider, you don't know the backlash and no one knows it until you're in it. It just wasn't what he expected. Giselle said he very much wanted to be on TV and wanted to have more camera time and doesn't believe him and Mia broke up. And Mia is aware that Ink was being trashed. She said Ink lives in Atlanta. She knows we're about to film again, and that Mia does not even live in the DMV. I said, these are a lot of allegations, Giselle.
She did. I was like, I love when she said she don't live in Maryland, DC, or Virginia. I said, damn,
I
Giselle.
said, well, you ain't even saying allegedly. These are
Right.
all your opinions. She is saying it as matter of fact. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mia said that that's not true. She does live there. And Giselle said, if that's the lie you want to tell today, I said, oh my god,
Not the lie you
what
want to
is
tell
going on
today.
here? Wendy said that she does believe that she came up with the storyline with Ink and then realized it wasn't good for the brand and decided to drop Ink and start posting pictures of her and Gordon again. And then Giselle said, pretend to drop Ink. Andy said, well, she's getting a divorce. And Wendy said, that's a lie. Her, Gordon, and Ink are all in on it.
I love how Wendy played both sides so well. How
She
she
did.
was like, as your friend, and then be read her down the next minute. But I guess to her point, I could still consider you a friend or be cool with you, but I ain't gonna sit up in your face and lie to you and make you think that what you're doing is good. Like, cool.
Yeah.
So I appreciated Wendy for that.
So Mia was asked if she shared for the first time on camera with her kids about the divorce. And she said that she planned to do counseling, but it didn't happen that way. Which I did think was weird because remember, she was like, remember, I told you that we were getting a divorce, and the kids was like,
Right.
no.
No.
Why would you even say it like that? Why wouldn't you say
Right.
it like, I need to share something with you guys, whatever. Anyways, then she was asked about Jeremiah's paternity and if she had a conversation with him about it. And she said no, and he's not allowed on social media. And everybody tries to tell her, well, girl, he has friends and friends with parents. He's definitely gonna find out
Mm-hmm.
before you get to have the conversation if that's the case. Then one of the fans called her a hypocrite for saying that Karen wasn't being real. But given the paternity situation, she wasn't being transparent. And she disagreed. She said, every day was just wavering. Kay told her that most of her stories seem made up. Wendy said, girl, didn't you conceive your baby, through IVF? And Mia said, yes,
This
but,
girl
I could
made
have
my
been.
head hurt so bad.
Yeah. So then Mia's like, yes, but, I could have been pregnant before that. And she said, no, absolutely. You could not have because they do a blood pregnancy test. So all that, so it's giving, yes, it was for storyline. And then, she confirmed that they did have a professional paternity test and Jeremiah is Gordon's. Then a fan said, Mia, how are you supposed to be protecting your kids' innocence? And you let the adults have the conversation happen in their presence. And, she said that was the first time that it happened and said that Gordon already told, oh, I'm sorry, Giselle said that Gordon already told you that he didn't want to film with Ink and he didn't even know that he was there for that scene. And Giselle said, but you thought it was a good idea for the show and for your story. Mia
Mm-hmm.
said that they had already been through it. Basically, she was married before. She said she had already been through a situation like that with her ex-husband, and Gordon was able to co-parent in that situation. She was hoping for the same outcome. Of course, Jackie took up for her
Gordon
girl.
was also the man that was winning the
He
girl.
was, he was Ink.
Right.
So of course he's gonna fall in line, like
Right.
just like Ink did. And Jackie took up for her girlfriend and said, your friends and the viewer, I'm sorry, Andy said, your friends and the viewers are annoyed by your personal life. Why do you think that is? And she said, oh, because it's just very confusing. Ashley said, no, it's because it's all lies. And Kay said, it's because it's all very toxic. Um,
Mm.
Kay said, he's an elderly man. And I feel like this is elderly abuse.
Now
Him trying
I
to
said K.
she said, trying to watch him navigate all of this.
Right. I said
Um,
not elderly abuse.
yeah. Andy said, well, he's the one that told his story. And Mia said, yes, and I protected him for years and I let him make me look like the liar. Because for a whole year they were co-parenting just fine. And as soon as the cameras come out, he makes me look like a liar. Then said he wanted to show up to have all of the ladies apologize um, for what they did to her, and nobody believes her ass. Ashley said it seemed like she was putting on a production the entire season. And Wendy said, girl, we had a conversation where you said everybody else is Michelle and you was Beyonce. She
Mm.
didn't deny it. Jackie
She
was
said
at,
I had been drinking. She didn't say that.
yeah, but she didn't deny
No, she
saying
didn't deny it. She said she had been drinking. People get
it.
liquid courage.
So she gave an excuse. At least she didn't lie.
Right.
Jackie was asked if Mia always has an odd relationship with the truth. I love the way he worded that. Jackie said, she's always honest with me, but she does exaggerate some things.
Sometimes I know Mia hates to have Jacqueline as a friend.
Mia, Mia was asked if the conversations around the children were bringing stress in your life. What made you think it was okay to bring Giselle's daughters into an even worse context? Mia said, it wasn't okay. And I did apologize. And Giselle said, and then at Ashley's event, you jumped all in my face like you was going to do something. And
Did
then
you
they
see everybody on that stage's face when they brought when that question came up and everybody was like, basically like, uh-oh, it's go time. They knew Giselle was about to get up in the ass and like, and just spray her. And they just all was sitting back like, mm-hmm. Look, Wendy kept looking over at her like, what you gonna say to that?
And Mia said, well, because you said I was a terrible mother. And Giselle said, and that's how you acted this entire season. Okay. She said, no mother will put their child on a platform to discuss his paternity. And Mia got up. She walked out. Wendy said she doesn't do people doing shit and not being able to be accountable for shit. Okay. And then Andy decided, you know what, it is time for a break. So they cut to Eddie and Greg and they decided to give TJ a call. Okay. TJ got on the phone and said that, he was busy being evacuated because of all the fires. Because, he out in LA. Then said, I'm sorry. Then they said that they was hoping to see him at the reunion. And that man said, he's not going to no fake ass show with no fake ass people. Then apparently dropped the bomb, but Bravo want to skip past it and save it for part 3. Eddie sent out the text and apparently told Wendy this
I got some tea. Okay.
Exactly. But we won't know it until part 3. So stay tuned because we will. We're going to find out what this bomb is.
Now that Eddie got his business, he got more time on his hands. Y'all better leave Wendy and Eddie alone. Okay. They around shut y'all all down. But yeah, y'all. So let us know your thoughts about part 2 of the reunion. I definitely thought it was given. And we'll see what part 3 gives. I think they're going to talk a little bit more about the Karen situation. Obviously, we're going to get into TJ and Stacy. Yeah. So I think they're just going to close it out with Karen.
It would have been nice if they would have even called him on FaceTime or something, brought him up on the screen.
Who, TJ? Mm-hmm. That would have been.
Just so we could hear it from his mouth. Well, I guess we still will, when they ain't blurring stuff out.
Right. But yeah, y'all. So we appreciate you being here with us. If you have not already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you guys are subscribed.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, BlueSky, IG, and Facebook. And who knows if that might change. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, So yeah, we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for being here. And yeah, we'll catch you next week for another episode or the finale of the reunion. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.